So let's talk about the bags that I am loving from the most recent collections launched by Longchamp. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. Those of you who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself, and of course we celebrate others. So, what are we talking about today? We are talking about some of the latest pieces in the bag collections from Longchamp that have been launched, and I'm going to share with you my 6 favourites. There are a fair few to comb through because you've got a number of styles that have launched in a number of different colours, textures, patterns, prints, etc. But I have whittled it down to a top 6, which I'm very excited to share with you. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1 is a bag style that I own a fair few of, but I don't own any in this size from this collection. And this is the medium top handle, and it's from the original collection. Now, I own a number of the medium top handles, but mine are either from the green collection or from the club line. So as an example, this is one of mine. This is a custom piece, but it is in the medium top handle size. It doesn't have a shoulder strap, it just has the ears here, and it's exclusively top handle. And the one that I'm particularly loving from the latest launch is in this lime green, and it is absolutely glorious. The colour is stunning. I love this shade of green. It's so fun, it's so vibrant, it's so playful. It just can contrast to so many different colours, and I love this shade of green with pink. I love it with cobalt blue. I tend to avoid yellow or orange with green because I think it looks a little bit like a fruit bowl, so I tend to avoid that. But against black, against white, against blue, against grey, against pink, against purple, it's a really standout piece. Now, they've launched a few really beautiful colours in the original line because they've got a beautiful hot pink and also a beautiful turquoise. So I'm a little disappointed that none of these have featured in the green collection, because the green collection is my favourite because of the consistency of the leather into the nylon into the leather when it comes to the colour palette. However, I do think these are really nice. I'm quite tempted, I have to say. I haven't been tempted by a piece from the original line in years. I own 4 travel bags from that line, and that is it. But I'm tempted because I think this is pretty great. It's £95, which is a good price point. They are very usable bags, and I love it. So this might be one that maybe I'll order and see what I think in the flesh. So I mentioned the green line, and in particular the one that I'm liking is the backpack. Now, I have this style of backpack, but from the club line, so this. But they have brought it out in a really beautiful shade of pink. I think it is stunning. I love pink anyway, you know this. It's actually a shade of pink that I don't have. It's somewhere around the colour of my Aspinall taupe, but it's a little bit softer than that. It's a little bit washed out is the wrong phrase because that makes it sound not as nice, but it's a more muted version of that colour, I would say. And that backpack is very practical. You can fold it. Many of the lay pliages were based on origami. It's a foldable piece. It's easy to use, easy to travel with, wipe clean, good price point, sub £100. You can use these as quite a kind of relaxed bag. I've seen people use them for work. I think it's a really great piece, and I really do love this colour. I'm a big fan of it, I have to say. Would I pick it up? No. I own 3 of the backpacks. I think 1 is enough, if I'm honest. So I think if you don't own one and you're looking to buy one and you love the colour pink, this could be a great choice for you. Now, I don't think you could often say that I'm a subtle individual, but this is a subtle piece and I love it. And it's from the Les Foulonne collection. And I love this briefcase in the color Turtle Dove. It's in this gorgeous leather. It's more of a document holder, I would say, than a briefcase. Are they kind of synonymous? I'm not sure. For me, a briefcase implies that you could maybe put something like a laptop in, which I think you could in this if you had a smaller MacBook Air, or you worked from a ThinkPad or an iPad with a keyboard, potentially, but it's quite a thin briefcase, but it's stunning. I love the way that it opens. I love the curvature of it, where it's got the right angle in the bottom left-hand corner, but then it's got the curvature to the, where it's got the right angle in the bottom left-hand corner. Did I say left-hand corner? I guess I'll find out in editing. And it's got the curvature in the right-hand corner. I love the contrast of it. It's beautiful. This turtle dove colour is absolutely stunning. It's lovely. You could use it in basically any scenario. It's very subtle, but it'll be incredibly well made. It looks very luxurious. I have seen these Les Foulonne bags in the flesh. They are beautifully made. They look very high-end. They look very expensive. They look more expensive than they are. This, I think, is circa £300, just shy of, which is a really good price point for a well-known, well-regarded design, French design house. I think it's a really good option if you don't carry a huge amount of stuff with you, you carry papers more predominantly than technology. This could be a great option, or you're just looking for that subtle kind of document holder briefcase vibe. Look at this. I love a combination of materials and textures. I think it adds a lot of dimension to a bag, and Longchamp do this very successfully with their Mailbox line. I am loving this kind of purpley burgundy medium mailbox. Now, they do also do this in a small size. Both of these sizes come with a shoulder strap, so they could be worn long shoulder, crossbody, but also worn top handle. They are subtle, but again, they are exceptionally made. This one is in a mixture of leather and suede, I believe, and I think the dimension that it gives it is beautiful. These are fairly reminiscent to me of the Celine pieces from the Phoebe Philo era of Celine, but at a much more reasonable price point. You're looking at around £640 for these, and I just think they are beautiful. They are practical, they are easy. Now, the small, medium and large size of the Mailbox does differ from the equivalent in a line like the Rousseau, for example. I think the large Mailbox is something like 34 centimeters, which is more equivalent to a medium lay pliage, but just check out which one would work for you. But again, I think this could be a really easy bag to use for day. It could be used in the evening if you get the right size, or you're someone like me who doesn't mind using a bigger bag in the evening. I think it's beautiful, well made, well thought through, well proportioned, good bag. Now, I think I've mentioned this one in a previous video because I have its predecessor, and this is from the recently revitalized Les Pliage Extra, and this used to be known as the Les Pliage Cuir line, C-U-I-R, and this line has shifted slightly, and it was one of you who actually told me about one of the key differences now between this line and the Les Pliage Cuir line, and they've changed the material. So it's no longer a piece that can be folded because the material is a little bit more rigid. And I think this is part of Longchamp trying to revitalize and push their leather collections, not dissimilar to what people have said about Louis Vuitton. Nylon is obviously a critical part of what they do, but I can imagine that they're maybe trying to expand their horizons when it comes to their pieces, because like Louis Vuitton and their canvas, it's very, very popular, predominantly what you see. I feel the same with Longchamp and their nylon, so I think they're trying to push some of these other materials that are probably, again, I'm not their accountant, but are probably higher margin products. Anyway, this is a really beautiful piece. I love this particular color. I think it's called Petal, Flower Petal, Petal Pink, something like that. But it's a great, great item. 34 centimeters in size. It comes with a shoulder strap. I don't believe the shoulder strap is adjustable. I could be wrong. I don't think it is. Mine certainly isn't, but I actually really like this shoulder strap. It's a beautiful piece. I am so happy with my version of it. Do I think it takes something away from the bag, the fact that you can no longer fold it? I do, because of the versatility of it. It makes it very easy to pack, it makes it very malleable. It makes it a little less carefree now where they've added some of that rigidity. However, I can see why they've done it, and for a lot of people, they wouldn't use these to fold, and this leather does feel a teensy bit flimsy, like it could rip fairly easily. So I can see, although I'm sure it wouldn't rip, I could see why people were maybe hesitant. It feels fairly thin, and it probably needs to be able to fold. Similar to why the Longchamp Neo collection could never fold, was because the nylon was thicker, it was silkier and it was thicker, so it wasn't able to fold. Anyway, off on a tangent. I think it's beautiful. It's £490. Now, do I think it's worth it? For the quality of it, yes, I do. Is it more than I would want to pay for it? Yes. They're also now calling this a large, which I think is the equivalent to the medium. I mean, they changed all the sizes. They're now calling the large Rousseau and XL. So they've shifted all the sizes around, but I don't, just check the dimensions would be my recommendation here. But I think it's most equivalent to this medium size, which is a great size of bag for every day, for work, for play. I absolutely love mine. This petal pink looks to be a little bit softer than the pink that I've got mine in, but it's a great bag. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It also comes in a beautiful yellow, which I think I've shown you as I've done the kind of scroll through. The yellow is also very nice, and I couldn't quite decide which one I wanted to show you, which is why I'm mentioning both, but on balance, you know me, I'm going to balance towards the pink, but I do think the yellow is beautiful, and of course it does come in some slightly less vivid colours as well, if you wanted something that was a little bit less in your face. And last but by no means least, would you expect me to share a crossbody bag? Well, here it is. It is the Mailbox XS crossbody bag, and I picked it out in the colour slate. I really love this kind of greyish blue. I think it's a beautiful colour, easy to style, easy to wear. This is just a very simple yet sophisticated crossbody bag. I like the hardware, I like the shape of it, I like things that are fairly angular, and this ticks that box. The strap is adjustable. It will just be a very easy bag to wear for day, running errands, if you go to concerts, you know, whatever you're doing, I think this could do it. And it's exceptionally well made. It's beautifully made without being too shouty or too in your face. Longchamp's a brand where the quality can speak for itself, and that's what makes it really special. Well-designed pieces, well made, very timeless, very sophisticated, and very elegant, and quite surreptitious, because there aren't that many with huge logos emblazoned across them. Now, I do own one with the huge logos emblazoned because I own this one. I also own the Rainbow Pride collection, which has the huge logo with the multicolour across it, but that's not the norm for them. So I think this could just be a really nice and easy bag to use. It's around £270, so you don't get the most bag for your money, but as well-made, high-end leather bags go for in this sort of size, I think it's a really reasonable price point. Jump up towards, you know, Mulberry, you're probably paying £500 or £600 for the equivalent of this. Go a little bit higher and you're going towards, you know, Louis Vuitton, you're in the thousands, again with Dior, etc. So I think putting it into the perspective of that, it's well priced, but £270 is still a significant amount of money. Don't get me wrong, but it's a beautiful piece. So there we have it, everyone. Those are my thoughts. Now, of course, there are so many bags that I could have spoken about. They've released so many different styles and variations. They've got the new city tote, for example, which is in a coated canvas, which is a top-handled tote. You've got these kind of small vanity style bags. You've obviously got the De Gers collection as well that was recently launched as well, which I have spoken about on this channel. So there's lots that you could be looking at and thinking about, but these were my particular favorites. So let me know what you think, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.